Yo! What's going on, gamers? My name is Game Grape
Hate to interrupt your
Cigarello.
intro, but your clap didn't go through, so let's resync this.
I didn't clap. I started when you clapped, so
Oh,
just sync
shit.
that up.
Okay.
Alright,
We're
well,
in it.
welcome to the podcast. This is the... What was the... I don't think there's a concise name.
Okay.
It is the
okay.
things...
I came up with this
that-
idea.
Yes.
I guess I'll just explain it to the best of my ability. Things that you enjoyed as a child, stopped liking, and eventually got back into probably either the same amount, or if not harder, later as an adult. I guess that's my thing. I don't know what the title's going to be. Something cast. We'll see. I'll figure it out at some point.
All right. Well, I want before we end this cast, I want to come up with a name for this.
Okay. We're
don't
just
have to
gonna
do it
pretty
right
much
now.
go through and just discuss things we loved as a kid, stopped liking, and got back in, or either forgot about, stopped liking, whatever, and then got back into later. I came up with this idea. It was a brain blast. I was excited. I said I'd have so many ideas for this. I sat down and I realized I cannot think of a single thing right now, even though there's probably plenty. So you can start us off, because I know you can think of many things, and that will hopefully
name a
inspire.
ton.
That will hopefully inspire my points.
So when you said this, I realized this is literally everything that I am into right now. Is what, like, pretty much everything that I do is in some way I did when I was younger. So which one do you even want me to start with? There's so many.
I don't know. Pick something.
All right, let's say Neopets. I'm on Neopets right now. My account is... hold on. My account is 12 years old. I've been playing this game for 12 years on the same account, and there is probably a, 8-year gap in the middle there where I never played.
So what brought you back to it? I guess that's the point. I know we all loved Neopets as a kid, but what brought you back to it?
It was the subreddit. I went on the subreddit and I was like, wow, I bet there's a bunch of kids on here, and I have such an old account, and it turns out everyone on there is a mid-20s woman and has been playing for 14 years.
The thing,
and I really, really love this game, and it's such a little time commitment and so rewarding that
you're like,
really
I'm
no
home.
reason
Like,
not to.
amongst mid-20s women who have been playing for 14 years, I'm home.
Yes, exactly.
But the thing about Neopets is, like, there's no way kids are still playing. Like, I mean, new kids are getting into the game.
It's
because
pretty much entirely adults.
Yeah, because Neopets does no longer advertises. They don't have They used to have commercials on TV. They used to have, like, product, like, plushes in, like, Target and Walmart, and, like, trading card game and all this stuff. They don't advertise or market anymore. It's literally just the game. So it's understandable why the entire, like, fan base is all people that played it when we were kids.
So, yes, exactly. It's subsisting entirely on nostalgia and people still playing this old game, because it doesn't really, like, work properly, mostly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, essentially, I don't think Neopets got popular from advertising. I think the advertising came later after they got bought. It got popular for being viral, right?
Okay.
It went viral as a site where you can
It's not really even viral anymore, though.
It's not anymore. It was previously, but everyone still knows it, and everyone who was around while it was becoming viral, still knows what it is and still has a lot of compassion for it, I guess.
Okay.
So,
And
yeah, really, the entire fan base is adults, and that's not a bad thing, because adults are the people who spend money and are able to keep, the site afloat. Right?
hate to interrupt, but my voice, I think, is at red, and I can barely understand what you're saying because of what's going on here.
Are we
My
back?
internet's connected. I don't know. I don't want to try disconnecting because that will screw everything up. So, talk.
Yo, what's going on,
Hello?
Joshy? Hello?
Okay. You're completely disconnected, so I may as well disconnect the internet. So, in this time that I'm taking to disconnect, I can't disconnect. It will not let me disconnect, so guess I'm stuck. I'm just gonna reconnect the internet.
This doesn't happen
so you
when
guys
we're
like
not having the podcast.
You guys like nostalgic
And then right as we
properties
start,
coming back.
Boom.
That's what's happening. That's what this podcast is about.
Yes, disconnect.
Sort of. It's about us getting into things and stuff like that. Let me see if I'm actually reconnected.
Welcome back.
I hope you didn't stop your recording because I kept going all the way.
I did not.
Okay.
So you're just gonna have to cut that part out.
Nah, it's staying in.
Alright,
Baby.
you're right. No one's gonna listen to this anyway. Whatever. Alright, my name is Game Grape Cigarello. Let's get back to the podcast.
I don't get that joke. Explain.
It's from 72 Names for a non-binary child. And one of the names is
Allotrope.
Game Grape Cigarello. Allotrope Bill.
Okay.
What a great video. Anyway,
Do you still have
yeah,
more things to say about Neopets?
I got plenty to say about Neopets. You're gonna have to cut me off.
I mean,
Great
speak
game.
more about Neopets.
It's a wonderful game. I really do still enjoy playing it, even though I'm an adult. And
There's another childhood online game that you are also heavily into that you may want to talk about.
Yes. I don't play that... The thing about Neopets is it's great and it's nostalgic and I enjoy it and it doesn't take much time. There's very little commitment. On the other hand, old school RuneScape takes a lot of time for not as much entertainment. So, if you don't know, like 4 years ago or so, they brought back the 2007 servers for RuneScape, which was back when I was playing the most. And yeah, it's actually really a great game, and
I love the music.
I love it. It's so good. Everything about it is great.
I saw
It's just a really
the
big
RuneScape
time
like
investment.
vaporwave channel you subscribe to.
Oh yeah.
It was so.
RuneWave.
It's like such like this like shitty music.
I like it.
I like the there's like I remember a lot of the music. Like it's classic. I remember you get so No, I remember you get so excited because you'd get home from elementary school.
Yes.
You'd sit down and you'd open the game and it would be like that epic music. You'd be like
The thing that got me the most excited,
and I'm like, oh, I'm home.
the thing
I
that
play
get me
RuneScape.
most excited. So the thing that would get me the most excited was like being in school and talking to friends about RuneScape and making plans to get on and do things later that day. And you run home and you get on the computer.
I remember when I would play myself, I'd literally just I wouldn't do any quests. I just do random shit. Like I literally just explore, you know what I mean, and do random shit. And then if there was like an event or anything, I'd always make you do it for me. And you'd be like, you'd be like, well, Josh, don't you know you're not supposed to share your password with others? And I'm like, Zack, beat the goddamn game for me. And you're like, okay, and then you did it.
That's exactly how it went. Exactly, precisely.
Yeah, I made you beat Tutorial Island because it's harder than the actual game.
Josh got stuck on Tutorial
I didn't get
Island.
stuck. I was just too bored. I was like, I want to play the game, and you're like, okay, let me just finish it for you.
But then you probably didn't know how to do anything because you didn't do Tutorial Island.
It's dumb exposition.
No.
Anyway, so what brought you back to RuneScape?
They launched those new servers, and
you're
it's
like, I'll play.
legitimately a really fun and really good game.
Go check out the
That's-
vlog. I think it's called RuneScape Retribution. Does that sound right?
Yes.
It's where
you
I
recount a quest that never happened.
No. No, but I want to talk about that in a second. But I'm talking about there was like one day where I just got back into old school RuneScape for like a day and played it that day and then never played it again.
Yeah. Hey,
Should I talk about that quest?
Yes, but I'd also like to make a suggestion to you.
Yes.
This is to you and all of the 1 viewer, 0 viewers that are listening right now. The thing that will get you into old school RuneScape is, I know this is a pretty large time commitment, but you don't have to watch it all at once. You can separate it into episodes. Watch One Man Army.
I'll look it up.
Just type in One Man Army full. I know it looks like a jarringly large time commitment, but
Load.
it really is.
Do it. You won't. It did.
It did?
It's 2 6.5-hour videos.
This is a 13-hour long series.
What?
Although
it's
although
12
it is
hours.
It's 13 and a half hours long. That's true. But it's hundreds of hours of gameplay condensed into this, and it's legitimately beautiful. And you can watch the episode. I prefer watching the episodes because I was watching them as it was airing. It's legitimately like it's like better than most TV shows, I'd say.
Okay, I'll like add it to my long-term watch later.
I'd say watch it episodically because it's easy to break it up.
I'll come to it at some point.
Yes, the intro is also really great, and it's a shame that you only see it once in the 6-hour video. But if you watch the episodes,
it's like on the Ruby DVDs where you only see the intro once, and every time you get excited for it, it's just like, oh, it's not there.
Yeah, exactly.
Hello.
Yes, Josh.
Oh my God! Okay. We gotta take a little break for a second, like just to recuperate, get our things together because we can't have a conversation. It's not working. I can't understand what you're saying. I'm getting random syllables. Say something crazy. Say something.
What?
To me. You can verbally abuse me. Go ahead. Let's see if it works.
Hello, Josh. Your internet is the shittiest thing.
See, I hear the click-clacking very clearly. Hello.
You're legitimately 20 seconds behind me, and I'm so fucking upset at your internet.
It is. It's terrible. It's not my fault. There's nothing I can do.
You're responding to me 20 seconds later.
I can't fix it, and I can't get better because it's brought by the community.
But see, I don't understand why it immediately it was totally fine.
And
for an
the funny
hour
thing is, the funny thing about it is, I can't understand what you're saying right now.
It was legitimately fine for an hour leading up to the podcast, and then as soon as we turn on recording, bam,
hello,
worst thing ever.
And the recording doesn't even take up any more internet. That's the thing. It's just. Oh my God, what is happening? I'm gonna keep recording. I'm gonna disconnect the internet again, and try this again.
Welcome back.
Okay. Speak.
Hello.
Okay, I can hear you clearly.
Alright, good. So, sorry, I took a little while to respond there.
It's back in the red again, so I'm just warning you if anything happens.
Hey, close your entire browser.
My entire browser is closed. I just did it. So let's see how this goes.
Virus or something?
Let's see how this goes. Okay.
Alright, are we good?
Yeah. Do you still have points
Alright.
about RuneScape?
Yes, I do. Are you gonna cut this together? Are you gonna cut that out?
I'll take care of it.
Alright. So, yeah, yes, RuneScape is, it's a good game. Watch One Man Army episodically.
So,
It's a great series.
still can't think of anything.
Really?
I came up with the idea, and I'm like, I will have so many things to say. This will be like a 3-hour cast. I don't know what's going to happen. And then I sit down to do it.
Do you want one that you are legitimately, like, you will think you are disabled for forgetting?
Yes, go.
How about One Piece?
Kill me. Fuck me.
How did you forget that? Fuck my ass.
Fuck my ass.
Fuck
How did I forget
ass,
One
I
Piece?
am
It is
Digimon.
literally my favorite thing ever. When I was a kid, okay, what happened? I guess I could talk about it right now. I'll tell you the hot juicy deets. So when I was a kid, me and you were really big into Naruto. You got me into Naruto, and we were like obsessed with it. And then like one day, still in elementary school, you come in and you're like, Naruto's gone now. Naruto's over. We have this new show about pirates. And then you just come in singing all the openings. And again, I like try to sing fake openings, and you get really mad at me. And
as continues to this day.
And so it was One Piece. So what I would do when I was in elementary school, like on my birthday, I would have like my parents buy me manga volumes because I didn't know about reading manga online at the time. So like my only way to read manga was to either get it from the library or I've been watching this fucking shit of the girl over and over again for like the past 10 minutes. I can't. Okay, so I'd get manga volumes from Thank you for watching. It's not over yet. How do you like it so far? So I'm scrolling up so I don't see it. Okay.
Is it the Juliet thing?
Yes. Okay, so just to give you context, there's the GIF of this girl like drunkenly falling into a wall that like repeats on loop in our chat.
That's gonna be the background for this episode. Just
It
that
is.
on loop.
It is. Okay, so so my parents would buy me manga volumes, and that year for my birthday I was like, I want volumes 1 and 2 of One Piece. And no, I remember what happened. I got volume 1 on like Hanukkah because we were like, my parents were like, oh, we didn't get you a Hanukkah gift because back then when we were kids, that's when they used to get you like every night. Now my parents don't give me any gifts. So like over the years, it slowly went from every night to like nothing.
Hey, let's talk about Hanukkah for those people who don't understand. It's a Jewish thing, and I used to get like a present every night of all the 8 nights of Hanukkah.
It would be like
now I pretty much don't get any presents.
Yeah.
I just get like food and stuff, which I enjoy. I don't like getting presents from my parents. It's weird.
I think it used to be when you were. I think that the issue is that when you were a kid, your parents knew everything you liked. There was nothing.
Now my parents know nothing about.
Yeah, there was nothing you liked that your parents didn't know you liked. That's how it that's sort of it works when you're a kid. So they know what to get you because they're like, oh, my kid won't shut up about this thing, this cartoon, so I'm gonna get him something for that. You know what I mean? Now it's like you just don't tell your parents about the stuff you watch. You know what I mean? It's like it's not a thing you do. And it's just like,
to be fair, they could just follow me on Twitter and see everything that I like.
But anyway,
lots of drawings of half naked women.
So there was one night we were in like this place where there was a bookstore, and my parents were like, okay, so you can pick out whatever you want. And I picked out volume 1 of One Piece, and I read it like 20 times over and over again in a week. And then I got volume 2 on on I think I got volumes like 2 and 3 on my birthday, and I read them over and over again. I just read those 3 volumes over and over again, so I know the first 3 volumes of One Piece by heart, and that was literally like the farthest I got. I saw the Alabasta movie, which probably I didn't get it at all because there's no way it's a recap of an arc that happens later in the series, so there's no way I could have understood it. But that's all I watched as a kid, and then I forgot about it, and then I got hard back into it. Mid 2015, I was peer
Watched 700 episodes.
Mid 2015, I was peer pressured into watching One Piece, and now it is probably my favorite long running series ever. It's probably like my number 2 favorite thing behind Gurren Lagann. It's amazing. It's like I do weekly One Piece reviews. I read the I'm caught up with the entire series, all the chapters, all the episodes. Like, it is literally like a major part of my life, and it is something I forgot about for probably like, let me guess, like probably from like 2000. I probably didn't think about One Piece from 2008 to 2015. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's just weird, and now it's like my favorite thing. I won't shut up about it. So that's an example. One Piece is definitely worth the time. Go read it. Don't watch the show. The show started off great, got really bad. Just read the manga, which is amazing, 10 out of 10 all the way through.
So back when we were kids, I think I was probably a bigger One Piece fan than you were. I was like super into it,
yeah.
And then I kind of just realized it was shit and stopped watching it.
But it's like not shit. It's not goat.
Are you gonna tell me? There was like, okay, so for a kid, right? Like, sense of time is super blown up, and there's like a filler arc or something, and it was just the longest shit.
I know what you mean, but I wasn't watching the show back then. I was just reading the same 3 volumes over and over and over again. And that was
I was watching the show.
I still remember, I have to find this birthday card. I remember that year, the year I got those volumes, my parents made me a birthday card. And it was when I was a kid, and I remember this card. It had like these shitty, like blurry pictures of I think it was like Luffy, Zoro, Nami, and Sanji. And it said it was like "Happy Birthday, Josh" from those people, and it wasn't Zoro, it was Zolo, but and it was made by like my dad on like PowerPoint or something, or Word or something, like shitty photo blown up like pictures that look bad and everything. I have to find that card. You know what I mean? Like, wouldn't that be crazy to find out?
I would love to see that.
Yeah. So. Yeah, back to you. I think that's all I have to say about that matter.
Yeah, One Piece kind of sucks.
You're objectively.
I liked it as a kid, and the One Piece show sucks. I liked it as a kid.
That's
bad.
true. That's true.
It's absolute garbage, filler, disgusting, worthless, not worth anyone's time. Garbage.
And meanwhile, it is the greatest manga and comic period ever made.
So yeah, I never got back into One Piece because I don't give a fuck, and I feel like it jumped the shark long ago, and nobody's ready to admit it.
The show definitely did. The manga,
I haven't read the manga, but I can say new characters look real dumb. They look dummy. They on dumb.
I can't tell if you're referencing something or you're serious.
I can't tell either, to be honest. Anyway, let's talk about the next topic. Man, I don't know if I want to get into the big one for me.
I think I know what the big one for you is.
It's because it is the thing that I have become.
Oh, I just thought of something. I'm gonna write it down.
All right, sure. No, you can go.
You want me to go right now?
Yeah, sure.
Mega 64.
Yeah.
So in middle school, like me and Alberto, I guess we found Mega 64 for their now loading videos where it's just they recreate video games in public.
Now
And
loading.
it's funny because in middle school those were the only videos by them I watched. You know what I mean? Like I didn't get their bit video. You know what I mean? Like I didn't get their other videos. I just didn't understand them when I was in middle school. So me and Alberto watched them. We laughed about them. We watched them over and over again. They were in our favorites and everything. And then I guess after middle school ended, when my mom made me delete all my YouTube channel, I just forgot about them. And
your mom made you.
Oh yeah.
Your YouTube channel.
In 9th grade, she made me delete my YouTube channel. And everything that was on it, I had 300 videos on there, and I didn't even think to download them. So
300 videos.
Yeah.
I somehow don't think your child's sense of counting was correct, but fair enough.
I know I passed 200 because I made a 200 video special.
That's a lot of videos, Josh.
Yeah, so they were shit. They were horrible. But what's it called? So during that time, I lost a lot of YouTube channels. I'll never be able to find a lot of them probably, but Mega 64 was one of them. And then I somehow found, beginning of senior year of high school, I somehow found Cosplayers Trials of Time. Oh, I remember what happened. I just decided to subscribe.
Did you resubscribe?
Yeah, I just decided to subscribe to them again, and what'd you send now?
All right, continue. No laughing. This is a professional podcast. There's no laughing. Stop laughing.
If you saw this picture, you would be dying.
I do see this picture.
No, I'm talking about the viewers. Anyway,
fuck the viewers.
Okay, I had to open up a tab so I don't see it. What's it called? So I sort of decided to I just remember them. You know what I mean? When you randomly remember stuff from your childhood. And I subscribed to them again. And the first video they uploaded was ? Whatever it was, 10 question marks. And
yes.
I watched it. And I didn't understand it, but I'm I know Zack's sense of humor, and he'll explain it to me. And then...
Yes.
I don't think you even ended up explaining to me. I think I just got it, the second time.
No, I distinctly remember having to explain, the degree of separation thing.
Okay. Yeah. And then, so, we watched it together. By that time, they had changed the title to Cosplayers Trials of Time. And then we discovered the whole Cosplayers series, and we watched it over and over and over again, and we became obsessed with Mega 64 to the point where they're now my favorite comedy group ever.
I literally just met them
for the second time.
For the second time, and had an experience.
I feel like they're pretty much one of the few driving forces for defining my my sense of humor. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
A lot of my sense of humor is completely derived from Mega 64, and it's just crazy how I didn't get their main humor. Their main humor, which isn't their now loading videos when I was in middle school, but then I just appreciated them on a whole new level as an adult. Well, not adult, sort of an adult. And I was just I just sort of I entered a new plane of understanding with them, and now they're some of my favorite just creators ever. So I think that's definitely something. That's do you want to get into the big one now, and I'll think of more as you talk about it?
Yeah, I could talk about it.
Okay.
So when I believe it was in 8th grade,
mm-hmm.
I was very into Vocaloid music,
mm-hmm.
back when that was just kind of becoming well, it's been around for a while now, but that was when it was just becoming a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Miku kind of just released fairly recently. V2 engine came out.
Yeah.
And I got into it, and then I kind of So the phases of like, I don't know if I've ever talked about the phases of my music, but it went from like, I didn't get music for a very long time.
Yeah, I remember
'Cause
you distinctly telling me, like, in, like, either elementary school or one time when I saw you in middle school, that you were, like, distinctly told me you don't like music.
Yes, that was absolutely true,
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't have anyone. Nobody was like there to give me like a starting point in music.
Yeah.
Like you got your taste in like classic rock from your dad.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I didn't have. Nobody was like recommending me music like that. So
Yeah.
I had nowhere to start,
Ow,
and
ow,
so
ow.
I never really got music. Whereas now it is one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
Ever.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got into like I eventually got into music through Guitar Hero, as weird as that sounds. But
No, I remember, because that's how you discovered Dragon Force, right?
Yeah, there's some great songs in Guitar Hero 3.
Yeah, Guitar Hero is
Through
like
the
an
Fire and the
amazing,
Flames,
amazing
One,
lineup.
Metallica, Radio Song, so many great songs.
Mm-hmm.
Blood on the Water. Bum, bum,
That's
bum,
Smoke on the Water,
bum.
but
Smoke on the Water, whatever. What am I thinking of? Raining Blood? That's a
I
good
don't
song
know.
too. And yeah, so I got into that, and then I eventually like got into pop music, and then I got really heavy into Vocaloid music somehow. I don't even remember.
Macaca City,
found
right?
it. No, Macaca City didn't exist until 2012. Kagura Project didn't
Oh,
exist
you're talking
until
about the first time you got into Vocaloid.
Yes, the first time.
Okay.
In 8th grade, I do remember actually. It was through Os. It was through Os.
Osu.
Yes, Osu. So, which is actually pronounced Os. But I got into that like 10 years ago probably.
Mm-hmm.
Or like 8 years ago, more like. And I didn't really understand it, but I really enjoyed the music, and I got super into it, and then I just kind of forgot about it. I think it was when I switched phones. I like didn't back up my music,
Mm-hmm.
and I just kind of totally forgot about it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have any passion for music. And then I got into whatever I was into in, I think it was like pony music after that, and then like 80s music when I was hanging out with my Donna Klein friends.
Yeah.
And then whatever I was into at FAU. But then eventually I got back into it, through Kagura Project, and now I'm deeply entrenched in Vocaloid music. It is a very good thing.
I'd say it's like your favorite thing, right?
It's definitely up there with one of my. If Kagura Project is a subset of it, then yes, it is my favorite thing.
Okay. You see me, I'm like a huge Kagura Project fan, thanks to you. Like, it's like I love it. But I'd say I wouldn't consider like myself a Vocaloid fan. I'm just a fan of good music, and if you send me a Vocaloid album that's good, I like it. You know what I mean? Like,
that's true.
that's how I look at it for me personally, but I feel like you're just into Vocaloid. You know what I mean?
It's not that I'm into like voice banks. Well, okay, I'm really into vocal synthesis, which is really interesting to me for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not into it for like and I do like the characters, but I'm not into it for the characters. I'm into it because I'm now a fan of a lot of like very Vocaloid producers, and that's all they make. And then I find other people off of their work,
Mm-hmm.
and there's so much resources for it. It's great. It works out.
Yeah, I mean, some great albums. Out of all the 2 Out of Service albums you sent me are amazing. All the albums in Kagura Project are amazing. Those are the ones I'm really into, but I know you're into like a whole. You're probably how many Vocaloid albums would you say you've listened to?
I don't even like all the way through. I own like I don't know, like 15 of them right now in physical, and then digital I own like 40 plus.
Yeah, see, like I probably own like probably like 5 or 6 total.
You know what? I can check. I have because Vocaloid has great resources. I have a list of all of my owned albums,
That's
and
great.
it says 38. I own 38
It has great
albums.
resources because the people that like it care so much about it.
Yes. Yeah, it's very passionate community. I really like it. It's helped me to find my favorite artist and who I think is the greatest musicians to ever live.
Out of Service.
Out of Service, yes.
You see,
I
both Out of Service albums that you sent me, Planet 8 and Shoe and Junction, are amazing, and I probably, like, if I don't like giving number ratings, but I probably give them like 9s or 10s. Like, they're amazing albums, but I honestly like the Kagura Project stuff more.
Kagura Project tells a great story, but I think the Out of Service are just like they're just musical geniuses.
Mm-hmm.
They're just literal geniuses.
Like, all their stuff's amazing. Yeah, everything I've listened to is amazing.
The thing with Jin tells a great story, but like some of those earlier songs are real rough around the edges.
I'd say, yeah,
right?
like honestly, that's the thing about Kagura Project though, is the best versions of the songs are the ones that aren't the Vocaloid. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, we get around to M's and they're doing human vocals, and
M's is my
great.
favorite Kagura Project album, probably.
Because M's is such a great album, and I do like a lot of the Vocaloid versions better, but like the amount of like the bump in production quality is just kind of crazy. And then you look at Out of Service, and it's a physicist and a chemist, two dudes who have like no formal training in music, and they just like come together and make they make one song, and the song is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And they just keep making music, and everything they produce is amazing, and they have yet to make a song that is not good. Like I could say something good about every single song they've ever produced.
That's true.
They're geniuses.
Okay, I'm trying to think things I liked as a child that I got back into later. There's probably so much that I'm just not thinking of. Like, I'm not including things that I've consistently liked. Like, I never stopped liking Pokemon. I never stopped liking Zelda.
I got out and into Pokemon.
I never
totally
stopped.
ignored-
I continued all the way through, so I can't say
I legitimately had like I knew nothing about Gen 4 and 5 other than names. And then the thing
You
that got me
played
back
4.
into it was I played 4.
Yeah, you just said you
I
didn't...
meant 5 and 6.
Oh,
I meant
okay.
5 and 6, sorry. And I got back into it when Omega Ruby came out. And I was like, wow, that game was great when I was a kid. And I played it, and now I own every generation between that I missed.
The thing about Pokemon is, like, it's consistent. Like, people are always like, oh, Pokemon. Every new generation, people always say Pokemon jumped the shark. And you can't avoid that, but they're wrong. Like, every generation is good. There's not a bad one. Like, all the main series games are good. Like, yeah. It's a great series.
It really is.
Play them all. They're all good. They're not bad. Just pick one. Whatever floats your boat. You don't have to start anywhere. Trying to think of more topics. Can you think of more topics?
I dumped the big 3 that I had, because those are really the things that I think of when I say refer back to my childhood for things that I enjoy.
I know I'll think of something, so I don't want to end it just yet, because, like, I know there's plenty of more stuff this has happened with. Talk about something while I think.
don't really have anything. Well, I mean, I guess anime. I was like,
That's
I watched
true.
Gurren Lagann when I was a kid, and then I just stopped watching everything else because nothing else could compare. And then I got back into it eventually when I recommended it to Josh.
I think with anime for me, I don't know if I ever really got out of it because like in middle school, like in elementary school, like I was pretty much I like always was into Naruto all the way through until like I was big into Naruto until like probably pretty close to when you came to FAU. Like probably a couple of months before you came is when I stopped reading it. So like I can't say that and that was the manga, but you know what I mean. That's the same sort of spectrum. You know what I mean. I can't really say I ever got
Yeah.
out of anime. Um, yeah, but like as a kid, the anime I watched was like Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, Pokemon, that kind of stuff. I didn't really get into anything that was like remotely below that like mainstream level.
Yeah.
Um, but like I watched Attack on Titan, and that was like that wasn't. I don't really count that as me getting like deep into anime like I am now. Like I count you showing me Mikaku City as that start. You know what I mean? Like I don't really count Attack on Titan because that was pretty. Like, that was mainstream enough to where it was like I wasn't into anime. I was just into shows. Um, I guess I got back into watching shows regularly. That's a thing I got back into. Like, because when you're a kid, I kept up with like a bunch of shows. Like I kept up with Teen Titans every week. I kept up with I watched everything. You know what I mean? You watch all the cartoons. You always will come back for every episode. You always watch all the reruns, and you just keep up with it. And it's like because everyone's talking about it. And I never really like for all of middle school, and for all of middle school and like the first year and a half of high school, I didn't really like sit down and watch any shows. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It wasn't until like probably Doctor Who when I sat down and watched all of Doctor Who in like probably 10th grade that I got back into watching shows. So I guess that's something I was into as a kid that I got back into again.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, I know one.
what? What is it?
I feel this is something we are very heavily into. Now I wasn't a fan, but you were, and you got me into it a lot bigger than you've ever been.
What?
I'm talking about the Digibrony.
That's not something I ever stopped liking.
It isn't. There was no period of like.
I discovered him like I discovered him when
Well,
I
I think
started
it
watching ponies
fits.
in like mid 2014.
I think it sort of fits the bill because it's like it's something I got you into and then you got me back into.
Did you get me into Digibro originally?
I got you into My Little Pony, which
That's
got you
true.
into Digibro.
You got me into MLP, which got me into Digibro, and then I got you into Digibro. Like I pretty much followed Digibro's like lineage, sort of. I got into MLP mid 2014 at like the height of like Digi's MLP career, and then like his slow transition into anime was my slow transition into anime. You know what I mean? Like at the same time, we kind of transitioned together. Which is interesting to me. Like when he was starting to get into anime was exactly when I was starting to get into it. It's weird. Like he made a video about Gurren Lagann like a week after I watched Gurren Lagann, which I find very interesting. Um. Yeah. Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Shark Boy and Lava Girl. I watched it as a kid. My all-time favorite movie when I was like, I don't know, when I was in like 2nd grade. All-time favorite movie. Best thing I've ever saw. 10 out of 10. Now,
wonderful.
Coming back to it as an adult, best movie I ever saw. 10 out of 10. Shark Boy and Lava Girl is the greatest movie ever made. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, kids. I think the same thing goes for Spy Kids, where like I liked it as a kid legitimately, like genuine. Well, I still genuinely like it, but for different reasons. You know what I mean? Like, I like the Robert Rodriguez kids movies for different reasons now than I did as a kid. As a kid, I liked it because I like related to the characters because they were like my age, and I sort of like thought it was like this amazing epic story. But now I love it because it is some of the greatest comedy films I've ever seen. You know what I mean? I don't think I laughed harder in movies other than those. You know what I mean? Like, they're so genuinely funny to me now. Like, I can't say it's an ironic enjoyment. Like, I do love them as movies. They're some of my favorites for different reasons now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think you probably agree, right?
I do legitimately, unironically love Spy Kids 3 because it's a great movie. That's it. I love it.
I don't think I've ever sat through all of Spy Kids 1. I sat through 2 once. I never watched it again as an adult. But 3 I love, and Shark Boy and Lava Girl I love even more. Shark Boy and Lava Girl is amazing.
It is. Absolutely wonderful movie.
I think there was I guess this is sort of a relatable topic. It was a big payoff for something. Me and Alberto first watched the Nostalgia Critics review of The Room, like probably in like 6th grade. And
remember when you used to watch Nostalgia Critic?
I still watch Nostalgia Critic. I don't like watch all of his I don't watch all of his episodes. I kind of just watch the ones that interest me now, kind of. But
I've legitimately, like, because we used to watch them together, and since that stopped, we've legitimately never I haven't seen anything since the last one you showed me.
Yeah.
Also, the procrastinators really shit on him and his posse a whole lot.
Yeah, which it's definitely the antithesis of everything they stand for, but it's still like enjoyable though on a different level and a different like for different reasons. Like, Procrastinator is a more like hard analysis, while a Nostalgia Critic is sort of like a show where there's characters and like skits. Like it's more about the show itself than the actual review. You know what I mean? Like, the review is just a conduit to get through the plot of his show. You know what I mean? So like but yeah, like, what was the initial thing that I was... Oh, The Room. Yeah, so, The Room was something, like, me and Alberto got really into in, like, early middle school that we loved. And it's not something I got out of, it's just something you just don't think about, you know what I mean? Because it's just, like, it's a dumb movie. So I never got out of it, but, like, I feel like the payoff was that I finally, like, just this past, like, November, saw it in theaters. I finally went to, like, a screening of The Room. You know what I mean? And, like, I got to see it with a bunch of drunk people and a bunch of people that, like, are, like, the same as me, where they loved it from when they were, like, a lot younger. Either they found it through the Nostalgia Critic or found it on Adult Swim. But, like, we were all sitting there and we were all finally getting this satisfaction. There were some regulars that I've seen it, like, a bunch of times in theaters. But I feel like that's the spirit of getting back into something from your childhood in a way, the same spirit. You're all there for the same reason. You're all getting back into it. The people were recreating the scenes. People were throwing spoons across the theaters.
What the fuck is up with the spoon thing? I don't get it.
Okay, so in the Room movie, there's a bunch of paintings and, like, framed photos of just spoons throughout the house. And it's never explained. They're just in the background of a lot of shots. It's never addressed. The Room the game addressed it though. The Room the game
The game.
Addressed it, but
The room.
But like
The game.
what's it called? So whenever their spoon shows up on the screen, someone screams spoons, and everyone just chucks hundreds of plastic spoons across the theater. Poor cleanup people.
Yeah, Jesus. At least it's just plastic spoons. That's not too bad.
So if someone brought metal spoons, people would die. Hit someone in the head.
Man.
But yeah, like it was a
Hey.
great experience and it was cool.
I've got an anime to recommend.
Recommend it.
So tomorrow I'm gonna be getting this really great anime for lunch. It's buffalo chicken meatballs with celery inside of them, and
That
I'm
sounds
just thinking
disgusting.
about no, it's like a stick of celery. So you grab the celery and you eat the meatball off of it.
Oh, so it's like almost like a. It's almost like a
it's
shish kebab, but with a celery stalk.
Yeah, and it's buffalo sauce,
Yeah.
right? Like the slightly spicy,
Mm-hmm.
like a chicken meatball. I'll send you a picture. It looks so good.
Okay, send me a picture, cause I'd like to watch that anime.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great anime. When are we doing our anime recommendation stream? I'm really excited.
You want to transition into it right now?
I'm ready.
No. Anyway, any last remarks about things we liked as a kid? I don't think I have any more.
Look at these meatballs.
Why you shouldn't go to school tomorrow? Oh, that's what it's like. That actually looks delicious.
Oh my god, it looks delicious. I'm so hungry. I really want
I'm
this.
really hungry too. You want to just end this thing so we can get food?
Yeah, that's something I liked as a child.
I never got out of food. I always
No, I
have
never
enjoyed
liked
eating.
food.
Okay. What's the best Silent Hill?
Good night.
Good night.